All right, it's happening today. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem will step foot in the El Salvador mega prison where the worst of the worst was deported from the U.S. 2 weekends ago, and they're being held at this hour.
Lucas Tomlinson joins us with the latest. Good morning, Lucas.
Good morning, Lawrence. Good morning, guys. Sandra, you're up early. Now, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem will be flying to El Salvador today to visit the prison at the center of the deportation battle in the courtroom here in Washington. Kristi Noem will visit the Terrorist Confinement Center alongside the Salvadorian Minister of Justice and will later meet El Salvador's president. This is the prison where officials say hundreds of illegal aliens were sent earlier this month under the Alien Enemies Act, which dates back to the presidency of John Adams. The flights contain members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, which was designated a terrorist organization by the State Department last month. And in Boston, ICE has arrested over 200 criminal illegal aliens, which included fentanyl traffickers, child rapists, and murderers. According to our own Bill Mallusion, who obtained some of their mugshots. We'll show you some of them. Here's Axel Martinez, who's previously deported Dominican national, arrested by Boston PD for fentanyl trafficking and released after posting bail. Mario Colon, a Honduran national, previously deported twice, prior convicted for child rape in Massachusetts and failed to register as a sex offender. Also a Brazilian fugitive wanted for fleeing a murder sentence, caught and released by the border in 2022 by the Biden administration. And George Stewart, previously deported and pending charges for possession of a gun by a convicted felon and trafficking cocaine. ICE says they placed him on detainer, but he was later released from jail. Now, Boston's mayor weighed in on this yesterday.
We're really focused on being that home for everyone, and it's worked. And so all of the buzz around, whether these kinds of cities that are more welcoming for immigrants are more dangerous, it's about a false narrative.
Now, it's a major operation in Boston. It appears that this case, the suspects were not tipped off, as we've seen in other cities, guys.
Right. I guess the key word is immigrants or illegal immigrants. She seems to want to blend it. There's a huge difference.
Indeed, Brian, and certainly she's been at the center of this. Should these illegal aliens be deported? Some cities have been very welcoming to them, others not so much.
That's right. And so, Lucas, so Kristi Noem's going down to the mega prison where we're paying them $6 million to house a bunch of Venezuelans. Have they gotten any more batches of them since those infamous first batches?
There's been no more deportation flights to El Salvador. However, over the weekend, Steve, Venezuela announced it would resume repatriation flights, and we've seen hundreds flying down to Venezuela. So not to El Salvador, but to Venezuela.
Yeah. I guess the one thing that people worry about is El Salvador, we know for sure they're going to stay locked up. In Venezuela, we don't. They might be welcomed to the palace.
Very good point.
Thanks, Lucas. I just got to get back to Michelle Wu. First of all, you can't be a home for everyone. These are visitors, and they're terrorizing your city right now. Not only did they have rapists and murderers within the city, but they had people that were there that are having an active turf war right now with the other Boston gangs right now. You can't have that. Number two, when I was there reporting, you saw all the rec centers and all the other services in the city that were taken over, that the people that are taxpayers of Boston don't have access anymore because they're taking over. So you got the criminal, obviously, component of this, that she's blocking the federal officials from doing their job. But you also got a crisis when it comes to the resources there that your residents need that are going to illegals.
But would you also think it's heartening to see the Democratic governor saying we are not a sanctuary state, and I'm working with Tom Homan, and that number of 370, I don't know about you guys, I was stunned. Yeah. That is a huge number.
It is.
Look, this is the message that American voters, they set out for this America First message in November, and seeing this, they're rallying a lot of support from American voters who want to get crime out. They want to stop people from coming here illegally. This is a very strong message from this administration that we're America first, and this is a message to the world that if you come here illegally and you break our laws, that we're going to hunt you down and we're going to get you out.
Right.
So this obviously is a big day in continuing to send that message to the world.
That's right. And, everybody who comes into the country illegally is here, is breaking the law. But the administration is making it very clear, and that's why they have detailed all of these people's bad acts. Mm-hmm. The people who are getting placed on the bus and getting flown places, those are the worst of the worst.
So, Lawrence, let me ask him, do you think they get a hearing? The 370?
I don't think so.
Right. So they don't get due process. So that's the big debate now. Do they get due process? Do we have to have a judge hear their case?
But if they don't get due process, they're going to be sued again. I think they're waiting to find out how it shakes out in federal court and then ultimately perhaps the Supreme Court.
I think the Supreme Court is going to have to make a decision on it because you have two laws in conflict with each other. You got the Fifth Amendment, which ensures due process even when it comes to illegals, but then you got the Aliens and Enemies Act that says if someone is a foreign terrorist, which essentially what they're classifying them, the administration has done the legal paperwork to do that, saying that they don't deserve due process. The courts really hasn't made a decision on this, but you can't have lower courts making a decision for the entire country.
You've got to have a lot of room
for the Supreme Court to make a decision on this.
Because we don't have room to warehouse these people while we wait. And I don't want to spend another dime on an illegal immigrant, especially a criminal.
Well, here's the thing. With the Aliens and Enemies Act of the 1700s, it's pretty clear. It's got to be a time of war or an invasion. And that's why Donald Trump has specified, okay, this is an invasion. It's been going on for years, went on all during the Biden administration, and that's why it qualifies. Ultimately, the judges are going to have to decide. I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.